The year is now 169 in the 5th Age, but the wizards are worried that the most powerful runes they had used to protect the kingdoms are running low. The enemies of Misthalin, Asgarnia and Kandarin are beginning to find footholds in their lands again within dark corners everywhere. New heroes must arise to maintain order and to stop the collapse of civilization under the forces of evil.
I missed it. Where is it?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the premiere and session 1 of Mishaps in Misthalin. Now that everyone's introduced, let's start the story, start the setting here. You all received a letter a while ago for some of you, as you have been traveling long and far. It is Duke Horatio's birthday, and of course that causes celebration. You all have been invited to Lumbridge, and that is where we are starting. In the, I believe it's, we're going to call it the Bald Steer because I completely forget the name right now, but the Bald Steer pub. We're going to say that our farthest travelers, Dazzle and Himmy, are just entering the pub. I don't know if you guys have met beforehand or not, but if you
I think we briefly met on the journey, but we didn't ever like hammer anything out beyond that. So
for sure, it's like you guys have taken almost the exact same route to get here, the easiest route, taking a boat through Port Sarum and traveling from Port Sarum to Lumbridge here. So if you guys want to, you're entering a little quaint tavern here. If you want to introduce your character and tell us what we see, we'll start with Himmy.
okay, so Himmy is a very short woman wearing, I'm so bad at descriptions. Wearing like greens and blues and like soft leathers and stuff. She actually has a bow and quiver. She's got a bow kind of over her back and a quiver on her hip. And she's like pretty like just past shoulder length blonde hair, pulled back into a braid. And notably, for people in Lumbridge who may not recognize this, she has pointed ears, not like elven pointed ears. She's a half elf. But that is probably an oddity for the area. I know that not anybody's actually from Lumbridge, but for most of the people, this would be an odd thing for a human-sized person to have pointed ears like this. And I don't know, she seems like very she seems skeptical. We'll go with skeptical, seems to be a good word. A little wary of what's happening.
And yeah, Brett, the very opposite of Himmy, very bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, is the much smaller Dazzle Crunchy, who is a, he's a gnome, and so, but he is dressed like a gnome, but also dressed like a pirate. So he's got his pointed gnome hat and like curly shoes, but they are like, instead of curly shoes, they're curly boots. And his hat is, pointed, but it's striped like a bandana. And it's got like, a blouse rather than a shirt, and those big like harem style pants on. And just a huge bag that's like half his body weight, and just wafting out of it are the smells of delicious foods and things, as well as the like various toolkits of someone who spent some time with with the less savory, even if he is more of a savory person himself, as the toad crunchies are his favorite. But he's already just chatting up Himmy as they go through. He's like, wow, have you been to Lumbridge before? This is pretty new for me. Usually I keep out on the seas, avast and afar.
Yeah, so you guys are causing quite the ruckus walking in. Both of you being not of the normal clientele around here. Looking around, it's like, it's mostly humans walking around here. And it's like, all the way from the ports of Port Sarum. You guys have been turning heads the entire time. A unknown half-elf, but certainly someone who is not entirely human, and a gnome adventuring outside of the gnome stronghold is not a common occurrence. So, of course, entering the tavern here, all heads kind of turn towards you guys. And if anything, the most basic of human takes note of you, Graves.
Yes, in the corner of the bar is quite literally the prime example of just a guy. Graves Saxum is just a plain man. He had a day job. He ended up becoming a soldier. He sits at the end of the bar. His greatsword still stowed with him, covered with some iron chainmail, just plain basic chainmail armor and gauntlets over him, with what looks to be workman's pants poking out from the bottom rather than more armor. He comes from a place of not conversational clientele, seeing as he assisted his parents in their grave yard tending business, hence his name, Graves. So it's a spectacle, to be sure, but of all the people to approach new sites and new people, he's probably a little nervous to do it, but he'll at least offer a kind gesture of his drink that he's having and not say a word more.
Forever stoic or nervous. One of the two. I'm sure we'll find out in time. Few other characters are sitting around the bar there. One of them being who looks to be, I don't know if it's more than a corpse. Yorick, if you could tell us.
So as you're looking at Yorick, you're seeing mostly hood and cape. He's like keeps to himself in a way that is very obvious. He's not so much in the corner alone in there, but he's got his back against a wall and he's just sitting at a table and it's all sallow and sullen. How this guy would have ever been invited to a party like this, I guess he'll tell you later on, but he's if you were to look him in the eye, you would literally be looking him in the eye. One of them is fallen out, a dead socket. You can see he's just in disrepair, looks basically like a zombie. Most of his mass just comes from his equipment. He's got a couple of gigantic shovels on his back. And also, like, he doesn't know him yet, but like our good friend Graves, he's kind of a member of the Graveyard Club. He rose from a grave at some point. He doesn't, well, I guess it would have been about a year ago now, but he only ever knew one name coming out the dirt, and it was his own. And whether it's his own or not, I don't know, but it was Yark. So he's just kind of stuck with it.
Very interestingly, I'm sure that's something everyone takes notice of right away with Yorick, is that kind of that eye that's just kind of not there anymore, be it drooping, completely gone. It's something, again, you don't see a whole lot of in this parts of RuneScape. And someone who probably took notice of that sitting over in a corner would be our last adventurer, Anya.
Yeah, Anya is just probably staring, like with a mouth open at Yorick, just making dead eye contact with your not eye that's hanging there. She doesn't look grossed out. She's just like the whole time. She has, it appears to be a young woman, clearly an elf. The first thing you probably notice about her, she has these great antlers above her head. She has long lavender, kind of pale lavender hair with kind of matching lavender eyes. She's dressed very homely, very basic chiffon cloth dress with very homemade leather armor. She has like a huge backpack that jingles and jangles when she walks, but you see it now just next to her, and it's just amorphous looking with like bottles and everything kind of sticking. It kind of smells if you walk past it. And she's just looking around at everything with childlike wonder. But yeah, she's just at you.
Oh. I would just kind of like look at them and be like, I don't think it's polite to stare. Excuse me, and just kind of turn and look my one eye away.
You're so beautiful.
These are words that York has actually never heard before. He was pretty much just like driven into the wilderness and like survived at a bandit camp. So, what is it that you mean by this? What you are so beautiful? I've never heard.
Your face? Wow. I like the face.
Oh, okay. Messy.
Messy?
Me-
I am
sorry.
messy. Oh, forgive.
Thank you. Who are you?
Me?
That would approach a dead man. You're. Most people tell me to go.
No, don't go. Beautiful. Never see face like yours.
Do you want some? And I pull off a bit of my cheek and put it on the table.
The bartender, as you put the bit of face down on the table, like a
Squishes.
damp rag just comes out, and he's already
No,
like
my
washing
face.
the table. And he's like, "Keep it on, or it goes in the trash." As he shakes his head, it's like every year for the birthday we get the most interesting of characters. As he looks back towards the two who just entered, Himmy and Dazzle. What can I get for you?
Dazzle like climbs onto a bar stool. Whatever you're the most proud of.
Water.
He kind of, York is like patching his face back up, grabs his pint and slides it over.
Hey, I was drink. Never mind.
Ah, well.
Oh, my poor sweet baby.
Huh, you got the best in the house, huh? Can I try some?
I always drink the. No, I don't. Yeah, you can have it. It's yours.
Just picks up this, and he's a little guy, just a big tanker.
It's like you're drinking from, I guess, like a schooner or like a mini keg, even at your size.
Sacre bleu, where do you put it all?
It's so quick. It drinks so fast.
And the bartender looks towards you, Himmy, and it's like, "And for you?"
Just water. Just water.
He looks towards a little child who's kind of just sitting on a stool, and you see that child just bolt outside, and you hear this like crash, a big whoosh as he's like scooping up something and coming running back in with a giant bucket with what appears to probably be river water. As the bartender scoops a glass in and kind of slides it your way.
Thanks.
That'll be 2 gold pieces.
I'm for water?
It's the best water. It's from the River Lum. It has magical
but I could
properties,
just-
they say.
Go out to the River Lum and drink the water, right?
Yeah, but you gotta pay for the kid to get it. You don't want him to starve tonight. I charge him 2 gold pieces for dinner.
I'll charge you 3 silver for burial.
It
He could
costs
starve.
a kid 2 gold to eat dinner here?
gotta make money somehow. Most people that come here have no.
I'm just
point.
gonna hand the kid some food. I pull out some rations and just give them to the kid.
Kid readily accepts it. The bartender has this look of like, not disgust, but like distaste on his face. Like, God damn it, my worker. You cost me today's wages for him, but what brings y'all here? Let me guess, a birthday party.
Wow, good guess.
One would assume that this happens annually.
Every goddamn year for the last 60 years.
Oh, who would have thought?
Well,
Wow, you don't look 60.
thank you. I'm not. I'm 40, but you know, I heard the stories from my dad who ran this place beforehand. But if you guys are here for the birthday, you're gonna want to get towards the castle. It's starting soon.
Oh,
Okay.
which way is the castle?
He
we wa-
stares out the window at the huge castle that you can see.
He just like looks directly at Dazzle. It's like Never mind. The whole
Dazzle has
trip.
been following Himmy for the past pound and a half.
And kind of as you hear that, you start hearing the bell tolls from the castle, kind of signaling at least the start of the day and the start of what the Duke hopes to be an amazing birthday party. Do
Oh,
all of
joy.
you rush out?
Nobility. Well, let's go.
I guess it is time, my friends. Let's go.
Birthday.
I give Yorick like a gold coin for like, oh, for the drink. You paid for it. I never actually paid for one.
Oh, thank you. And I pocket it.
It was
And-
delicious.
As I reach my hand out, like you see like scrawny arms, but the muscles are all like sinewy and like really, really like they look like they would have been old, like large before they died and got really like fucking decrepit. So he looks a little, and when I take it, you feel a little strength in the grip. Yeah.
You don't feel strength from Dazzle.
Yeah.
Dazzle
Like, pick
doesn't
you up
like
just
go
like a
of the
half an
coin
inch.
fast
Look,
enough,
look.
and you like lift him a little bit, and he like kind of stumbles. But yeah, you guys all kind of get up and kind of just give each other like kind of these weird looks of it's like, what kind of birthday party are we going to? This is the first time any of you have been invited to the party so far, but you guys kind of start walking together, at least as a group for now, having little bits of small talk. You guys pass through the gates to the main courtyard. You see a man kind of walking all the way around the courtyard, seemingly in laps or anything, just kind of muttering to himself. Anyone that passes by, it's kind of, you've been here for 384 days. As he continues on lapping. I'm glad there's one person here who played RuneScape.
Oh my god, no!
But as he rounds the corner, you guys continue on towards the front doors of the castle.
Before we head
Right.
in, can I cast a quick spell?
Yeah.
So fast. Before we head in, Anya just kind of mutters to herself, just something, and she's gonna cast Skywrite. And above the castle, in great big cloud letters, she writes, "Happy birthday, Duke. Love, Anya. Hee hee."
That's amazing.
It's the hee that
Is he the last name?
Dookie.
Hee hee.
I mean, if that is the assumption you take from that, maybe
Yeah.
that could be his last name. But
Uh.
kind of all look into it. Who you guys might later find out is named Hans, the gentleman walking around in circles, muttering hours and days, looks up and kind of, hee hee, as he continues walking around. But as you guys start passing through those main doors into what just appears to be like a grand entryway, you hear a big crash, a bang, a boom, and then oh no no no, oh no, oh no 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 no, from your guys' left.
I immediately start rushing in that direction. Like, Kimi's bow like comes off of her shoulder really quick. Like she like knocks an arrow and like dashes off just immediately towards the sound of a problem occurring.
Sounds fun that way. Let's go.
That did not sound like my problem, but I guess we'll. Does anyone else want? What about you guys? Are you going?
Sure. Who's saying no, no, no? That's where I'm gonna go, towards the person talking.
Yeah.
Right,
I'll
so
start walking as well.
you guys kind of round the corner to just this long stone hallway. You see a set of circular staircase leading up, but as you're kind of walking towards that, you can hear kind of quiet sobbing, and you turn towards your right and you see a kitchen covered in soot, and there is a chef who is wearing currently a gray chef's hat and gray cooking apron, but you see as he brings the cooking apron up to his face and kind of dries his tears away, it turns white as his face turns gray in soot as he's just uncontrollably sobbing. What am I going to do?
What's wrong? What has attacked you?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Nothing's attacked me, but I've made a terrible mess. It's the Duke's birthday today, and I should be making him a lovely birthday cake, but someone ruined the cake, and that was all the ingredients I had. As he pulls out this burnt cake. I don't know who did it. It wasn't me. I'm a great cook. You can tell as he's lying through his teeth.
Looks bad. Horrible. Ew.
Yeah.
He sobs even more. Can you help me?
What need?
He kind of looks up hopefully towards Anya. And he's like, there's 3 main ingredients to bake my super secret special cake. I need very, very fine flour. One
Flowers.
very, very large egg.
Eggs.
And some really, really good milk.
Mother's milk. Yes.
He
Isn't
kind
that
of
just-
nods towards Anya as he turns towards like Dazzle, and it's like repeats the ingredients again.
Isn't that just
Just writing it down.
isn't that just cake batter?
Well, you
Yes,
know,
but
the finer the flour.
it's really, really fine flour, and a really, really big egg, and some really, really good milk.
Mother's milk.
Dazzle just takes like the regular flour out of his bag because he's got the chef feed, throws it away. Yeah, we need some like fine flour. This couldn't be it. All these dozen eggs, forget it.
Yeah. No small egg.
It's like
one
as you
big
throw,
egg.
it's like as you throw down that dozen egg and empty the flour out. The chef's like, but he like bites his tongue a little bit, and then he's like, to the eggs. Oh no! Oh yeah. No. 12 wouldn't do. I need one really, really big one.
I know, it's chefs. You gotta keep to the secret recipe. It's really important.
You are a culinary artist, I see. You group, you can help me. I unfortunately cannot leave the castle because it is out of bounds of my wandering as an NPC. but you adventurers,
No, it's just
You
starts
may-
bleeding.
I see the full vibe we are going on in this game now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure I had other words in my head, but those are the ones that came out. But he's like, yes, you guys can help. You need to get the milk from Millie Miller. Her cows make the best milk. She can be found on the other side of River Lum in the cow pen. Stay away from the bulls.
You'd think
Okay.
the Miller would make the flour.
That's what I was going to say. Wouldn't Millie Miller be the person who makes the flour?
He kind of looks and thinks for a second. All right, so for the egg, you're going to want to go find McDonald on his farm. He has the biggest eggs. And then for the milk, you want to go to Gilly Groats. Completely ignoring that he misnamed him there. She has the best milk. And then this Millie Miller, she makes the best flour. You guys got all that? Do you need to write it down? He looks towards Anya. You need to write it down?
Mommy Miller, Cow Pen River Run, Play with Bulls, Egg McDonald Farm, Gilly has decadent milk, not... Yes, we are good.
He nods and then turns towards Graves. So do you need this written down?
That's a fine idea.
He kind of looks around and then pulls out a little parchment and some paper, and he just writes down, amazing milk, large egg, fine flour, and hands it to you. Be gone, adventurers, be gone. We need to be cooking within the hour if I am to make an amazing cake for the Duke.
Okay.
What time is the cake supposed to be done by?
Whenever the Duke is ready to blow out the candles.
Oh.
Yeah,
don't
see,
have
been
it.
to a birthday
You know what? Never
party?
mind.
You've never been to a birthday party, have you?
No.
You set a time frame, and never mind. Never mind. I'm
I have.
just questioning your ability to. How are you the? Never mind.
He's just like straight up staring at you guys as you're still in the room. He's like, I need the egg.
All right, we should go.
So you guys turn around and kind of leave through the way you came. And as you leave, you hear, right as all of you exit, just this big sigh and another sob as he, like, that whole time he was just trying to hold himself together, having such little faith that he's going to be able to bake this cake in this short amount of time. But you guys are just kind of like meandering out now.
Just as we're leaving, I'm just gonna like turn back and I'm just like, don't worry about the cake, man. Just like worry about the punishment that's coming. Okay, bye.
Worry about the repentance of your sins, chef. Bye.
He goes like super pale and like you see him grasp his neck as he's like, the Duke does like beheading, and that's the last thing you guys hear as you kind of round that corner. As that just kind of, the Duke does like his beheadings.
I turn to Graves and I'm like, beheadings are good. You can charge twice for the coffin.
Unless they're cheap, and we usually just put them all in the same box again.
Whatever works, yeah. They can be cheap sometimes.
What did he say? The Duke likes heads?
Yeah, probably
likes head?
does.
I did not know the Duke likes head. Everybody, did you know the Duke likes
Yeah.
head?
He might collect them. That's worrying.
Oh, heads.
Yeah, heads.
Anyway,
There we go.
to give us a direction, we will be going this way.
What would we like to try collect first? The milk, the egg, or the flour? As you
I
hear
can
a
only
moo
think of
coming from
Millie.
across.
So that's
Are you
all.
muted? Are you muted? Himmy?
Yes,
Can't
I
hear
cannot hear you
Yeah.
anymore.
Who's muted?
Everything's failing.
Oh no.
Can
Yeah,
anyone?
yeah.
I know
hear
it's a
me?
birthday party, but this is no
I can
time
hear
for
you.
charade.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Oh, okay. Okay, sure. Video Ninja just apparently decided to randomly make my mic not recognized.
we love it. We
we
love
can hear
it.
you now.
We don't know her. The mic.
So we can go to McDonald's Farm, Gilly Groats, or Millie Miller.
Mommy Miller. She is a mother. Many things to do. Inconvenience her first.
That sounds logical to me.
Yeah.
It's like I do like it. I do like it. So you guys, upon exiting the courtyard, you're kind of looking around. It's like, where would this Mummy Miller be? Looking around across the street, you see a church with a priest in kind of these dark, medium dark brown robes with a symbol of Saradomin on his chest, kind of muttering to himself. You see an axe shop labeled Bob's Axes. That the sign's kind of like falling down, but nothing stating a Miller residence.
Why don't we start with the place that we know sort of where it is, which is where actually I suppose that's where no, wait, to the cows, right? Because we at least know that's across the river. And there's a bridge like right there. She like points to the bridge.
The giant bridge.
The giant bridge. The big stone bridge.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one farmer probably knows where the other farms are. It's also a logical jump to conclusions. But we can also just ask this action. We can ask Bob.
I
think
could
I
ask
might
Bob.
I might just hang outside. People kind of get scared when they see me sometimes, so I'll
Right.
just kind of I'll watch for Sting, maybe.
You don't
Look down
want
the
to go in?
No, people like don't all act like you. A lot of people kind of like look away and say ah. So
Ah, that is beautiful sound.
they're not singing
Ah.
so much as yelling and running and sometimes terrified. So I don't. I just try. But I can do this, and I'm going to cast Silent Image, and I'm just going to make like a face that looks kind of handsome in front of my face with like a nice smile on it. But you'll notice that it doesn't move at all. So as I'm talking,
He's
it's
still
just
talking.
like through a map, and it just like looks all creepy still. Like, I don't know if it helps much, but I could do that.
I prefer original face.
Okay, I drop it immediately.
It is like magic trick.
That was one spell a day. Yeah, it was my trick. I can do it a little bit, but not very much. Anyway, I have to like sleep again before we do that. But I don't really sleep, and my eye just kind of drifts off a little bit. So I'll just sit this one. I'll just stand guard, maybe.
We love it.
Okay, are we asking Bob about the farmers? Is that the plan? Why are we going to? Never mind. We're helping the chef. I
We're
guess.
making other people's problems our problem.
And then we're making more
Actually, you know
people's
what?
problem that problem.
You know what? Actually, that is a thing that I'm used to doing. I can get behind that. Just used to helping people with actual problems and not very specific eggs.
It's
Oh.
fine if you can get paid.
Don't worry, he has a real problem. The Duke will behead him. That is a very real threat that man will have to face.
That's the problem.
I'm used to being a problem. Most people call me problem. It is middle name.
Really?
What's your last name?
Tree.
Wow, that's a really cool name.
Thank you. You have really cool face.
Anya Problem Tree. Neat.
Sound just like Papa.
So are you guys drifting towards the axe shop or across the river?
Oh,
Damn
yeah, I'm
big.
gonna rock up to the axe shop.
All right. Yeah, so walking up, you see the door is just wide open. There's a big, like, gruffy fellow. He has a full beard, and he's there with a whetstone, just sharpening this axe. And right next to him is like the spitting image, just like 6 inches shorter, also grinding the axe. And next to him is a kid, fresh face, also grinding an axe. And as you enter, the oldest one looks up and he's like, "Ah, customers. I am Bob. This is Bob, my son, and his son Bob. Welcome to Bob's Axes. What can we get for you?"
Oh, I thought you misspelled without putting the apostrophe in there, but no, Bob's, because there's multiple Bobs. I get it. Oh, well, I could maybe buy an axe, but first what I need is I'm actually looking for, I just hands the recipe to them. I'm looking for these things.
Yeah.
So originally the oldest Bob is like, as you said, can I interest you in anything? His hand is going directly for this very beautiful green battle axe. And then as you start and hand him the note, his hand just kind of leaves away from it and he picks it up. And at first he picks it up backwards and he flips it over, but it's upside down. And he's nodding and just hands it to his son, who again turns it back over to the backside, nods and hands it to his son, who reads, "Pot of flour, large egg, milk." What's milk?
Oh, so close.
What is this place?
Can this kid not read or could the dude not write?
That's actually a very good
I
question.
don't know which one it is.
Yeah. Takes the note back to see if it's.
Pot of flour, large egg, milk.
Child.
Yeah, and I repeat. I was like, "Oh, close. Actually, sorry. Yeah, what it says is, some very fine, very fancy flour, the most delicious milk in the entire land, and an egg as big as my head."
Bigger than that, though. Bigger. You're small.
Yeah, you're right.
Young Bob. Yeah, I'll refer to him as Young Bob. You have Young Bob, Middle-aged Bob, and Old Bob. Young Bob kind of nods. He's like, "Well, the best milk does come from Gilly around here. She's just on the other side of the river. Yeah, she should have some left. The egg, funny enough, also on the other side of the river, literally across the pen from Millie is McDonald there, and really, really fine flour though.
Yeah.
I guess you have to go to Millie's, which, funny enough, is nowhere near those two.
Oh,
You
really,
have to
you
come-
got me going there.
It's like, yeah, unfortunately, they are a little bit closer to Dranior Village, but it's still not too bad of a walk. From here, I would say probably getting the milk first.
Wow.
Unless the milk would
You
go
know-
bad by the time you get there. No, you'd be fine. You're fine.
Is that the optimal route?
What are you, min-maxing this or something? Oh, you can
I
get
just
there
don't
in
know how to.
100 game ticks.
It save on the carrying if we went ahead and got the flour. That way we wouldn't have to carry milk and the very large egg, which is extremely delicate, across however far it is to get to Millie.
Your brain.
Is
That was-
very average, I know.
Remarkably well thought out for somebody who I could have sworn was going to be running in circles.
Did you just follow us from the bar?
Graves is deeply regretting involving himself in this situation.
No, we love it. We love it. He's like, all right, yeah. Flower first. You're going to want to follow the path all the way north. And then the path will go west. And you will go west with the path. And then, listen very carefully. The path splits into a Y. You want to take the northern Y.
You got that, Hemi?
Yes, actually I do.
Great.
Do you want me to write it down?
It's fine. It's fine. We'll just thank you. And she like turns to leave.
As soon as you turn to leave, all three of them in sync just start grinding the axes back again. And it's just like, do the rest of you leave with Himley?
I admire them for a second and then I'll buy an axe later. Leaves.
Bob kind of looks up toward the green axe that is up there. One day I'll sell you, baby. One day. So you guys are making your way north. You guys pass the tavern that you guys had originally met in. Just north of that, you do see the general store of Lumbridge, and then a anvil and smith there. As you guys are starting to travel a little bit farther out, it's getting into less residential and more farmlandy. You guys are making good time. Nothing's really bothering you. You do see a farmer trying to chase around like 100 sheep with shears, attempting to shear them, but it is not going oh so well for him. But that's a story for another time. I'd say after about 20 minutes of walking, you guys do come across what, I mean, if you've seen a mill before, you guys might recognize it. Let me just adjust the size of your characters because they are much too big for this map I'm about to put you on.
I love the tokens that you made, Danny.
They're full, like they're direct sprites from the game, right? Because
100%.
I recognize the Ironworth Archer Ironworth Archer immediately. And that's one of the
one of the Drakens.
Yeah, it's one of the Drakens. Thank you.
There we go. So you guys arrive to this mill. What is everyone's passive perceptions, if I may ask?
Well, you can ask, but
but if we knew how to like figure that out,
Well.
that's another story.
13.
12.
13.
13.
Is this right? 16?
That sounds right.
Nice.
You're a
You're a
wisdom-based
wisdom.
character.
Yeah, you're a wisdom caster.
I've never
so-
played a druid before. It's exciting.
Ooh, nice. We've got someone who can see.
Yeah, it's like with a 16, you would be the one to notice this. Where you would expect to see more human-based people walking around, looking in through the windows, all you can see are like floppy ears, bald green heads, and shifty eyes of goblins. And as you're walking up out of the corner of your eye, you do see another goblin kind of run around the corner, and you hear the slamming of a door.
Guys, green people here. So many little green. Like this.
Hmm?
Pointing like
Wait.
Datzel's height.
Yeah.
Wait.
Bigger, little bigger green people.
What?
Oh.
Okay. You know what? Green people. That doesn't even hit the bar for strange today.
I've put many of these little guys on the ground thanks to my former employers. I think they're kind of bad little dudes.
Why would they be bad?
I don't know, bandits seem just to kill them a bunch.
You don't know about the rampant goblin problems?
I am not from here.
You know, I already worked that one out, but I don't know. You seem smarter than me.
There are problems where I'm from, and some of them do involve green people, but not little ones.
Should we go and talk to them then?
Sure.
Knock on the door.
Wait, hang on. What goblin problem? Because you seem to know what's going on.
Goblins have kind of just, for some reason, been by Lumbridge for ages. They just won't leave. They keep coming back when people take care of them. When I say problem, it's unprecedented.
I mean, do they do anything, or are they just, like, around?
I mean, typically they're just around, but this is clearly not around.
Yeah, where's Millie?
Maybe Millie's one of the goblins.
It could be a goblin. Should we check?
Sure.
You guys want to loop around to the front doors as you guys are at the back right now. There's no back way in.
Yeah.
Can you check and make sure I did give you guys proper access to the tokens and you can move them?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
thank
can
God.
move mine.
Thank
Yeah.
God. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like I've done this before or something. So as you guys are looping around, and I would say I'm going to stop you guys right there. Just back a little bit. As Himmy was the first one there.
Okay.
Yorick and Anya, do you guys move at all?
Yeah, I'd be kind of bringing up the rear, I suppose.
Okay.
Can't really see much. Don't really know much about what's going on. Just kind of.
She
Alright,
just, like,
so
have
you
her
guys are-
bow out, but not, like, an arrow knocked. Like, she'd take Graves's the warning to heart, but isn't, like, just gonna jump on the problem train just yet. Just know what to make of all of this.
Himmy, does a 17 hit?
Well,
Actually, I don't know. It might. I think it does. Yes, it does.
You take 5 piercing damages out of the corner of the eye. You see this very crudely made short bow that, as they notch and let it go, it snaps in half. But the arrow, it does travel through this little window, and you see this little goblin sneer as it pierces you for 5 piercing damage.
Yep, you're right. That's a problem.
And I am going to get initiative here from you guys.
hooray!
This is rolling better.
Oh, I was just gonna say hi.
Okay.
2 and 3. I think I'm gonna add turn.
I love a +7 to initiative is awesome.
Damn.
Crap.
Who's got that?
Plus-
What? Wow.
Plus
Nice.
7.
Get it, Crunchy.
Yeah.
Alrighty, is everyone in the initiative turn? They are.
I am not. Or I am. I
Yeah.
just haven't.
Yeah, at the bottom there is 0. What was your initiative? Oh,
I
you put
put
it
it
in.
in.
Awesome. And Anya, what was yours?
16.
16. Let's resort that.
Not in reverse order.
Oh, I mean, there we go. This first set of goblins actually gets to go first. Ooh. Well, that one broke his bow, so he kind of slams the window shut, and you just hear like the as he hops down off of whatever stool he was on. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, dash to the door to barricade it. And this guy's going to run over here as well, ending their turn and bringing us to Himmy. You just got smacked with
okay.
an arrow.
Yeah, out of this window that just got slammed shut.
Yeah, it was this one here.
Okay. Is this window open?
Yes, you do see a goblin in there attempting to notch an arrow, but again, you can tell like this short bow is like held together with like.
Yeah, okay.
Wax.
I'm gonna kind of like I'm gonna go to like there just to like line up the shot, but I'm gonna keep moving after, and I'm just gonna knock and fire an arrow through the window at that goblin.
Hell yeah. What did that
I
goblin ever do to you?
This friend shot me with an arrow. I'm just returning the favor. Does a 15 hit them?
A 15 just hits.
Rolled a 6. I'm not gonna do anything fancy with this one. Okay, 6 damage.
6 damage. Not enough to kill him. You kind of
when I roll bare minimum.
It kind of notches him in the shoulder, and he like kind of drops the bow a little bit, but picks it back up and continues notching his arrow. But there's like blood profusely coming out of him now.
That'll end my turn.
That'll end your turn. All right. From a distance back, we have Anya.
Okay, I'm going to try and heal her, Himmy that just got hit. So I'm trying to use the Balm of the Summer Court.
Okay.
So it says as a bonus action by spending from the dice pool. So do I have to roll the dice pool first to know how many I have?
That would come, like, that would be what you heal, I assume. Let me just take a quick gander at that. I am not familiar with the Circle of Dreams.
I'm so sorry.
I love that you picked
fine.
it. I love that you picked it.
Yeah, that lets us all get familiar.
I actually
I
do.
believe you get 3 dice to roll. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
So
basically you have
choose
these
between
D6s.
1 to 3 dice.
Yeah.
So you can do 1 dice and roll that. They'll heal that as well as heal 1 temporary hit point per dice as well. So 1 dice will be the roll plus 1 temporary hit points.
Awesome. So we're gonna roll 1 dice. So 1 of the D6.
Okay.
I can roll that in D20.
Yeah.
Cool. So then it'd be 4, right?
3 plus
3.
1 temp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh yeah, 120 feet. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So you just you just see Anya dip her hand into like a pocket, like a leather pocket, and she just takes out a bunch of leaves and soot and dirt, and she like blows in your direction. And in the slowest form of this like amalgamation of dirt, lint, some crushed leaves, and a little bit of sparkle, eventually makes your way over to you, makes you want to like sneeze as you breathe it in. But you feel a little bit better. It's like that sneeze is like, whoo, almost healing.
That was really cool.
Sneeze powder. Make you feel good. Okay.
That's why the arrow almost missed. That's why I didn't do very much damage, as I was sneezing as I was shooting. Yeah.
They say a sneeze is 1/8 of an orgasm. I think he sneezed 8 times.
And
Wasn't
anything
that
else,
fun?
Anya?
It wasn't that fun.
I'm gonna move a little bit.
Sure.
Be right back as she turns to Yorick, and then she's gonna head a little bit that way.
Nice. See, that's what they normally do.
I love it. And Basil, moving to your turn. You're seeing these new acquaintances getting hurt and sneezing.
Dazzle, no stranger to a raid, to a battle. Look over at Graves and say, You remind me a lot of my friend Earl back in the ship, and we had a special thing we would do when we would get into fights. We called it the fastball special.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you think you could launch me up into that window?
I could do you one better.
Incredible.
How tall is said window?
It's not high up there. I'd say it's probably about 7 feet up. It's
I
you
can
could, you,
barely-
you could, yeah. But
Small,
it's like if you were to
man.
pick him up, you could just kind of toss him in.
Small man, please climb onto my shoulders.
Just like he's a tree. Just
Scamper right up onto my shoulders.
Like a tree. So it's like, I would say, do you want to hold an action until after you're thrown through the window? Is
I
that
do.
kinda-
I do.
Alrighty,
Yes.
yeah, that's no problem. So we will come back to your action, depending how this goes. We'll jump over to Graves then, who is currently has a gnome kind of on his
Yes.
shoulders.
The delivery system will not be Mach 5 throwing like a dodgeball to get that nice rubber sound crashing through the window. But instead, Graves will saunter on over with all of his movement in front of the window.
Mhm.
And Dazzle, you're on top of his shoulders. Graves is about 6 foot, a little bit taller than average guy, but you could use a little bit more of a boost, an option to move. And so as he draws out his great sword, you feel
One
him
of our
kind
players' PCs just restarted.
Oh no.
That's where he disappeared to.
York has gone back to the grave for the time
He'll
being.
be. He just falls over.
He's just napping.
Just
He's
falls
napping.
over. It's fine. He'll be fine. He's already
He's
dead.
taking,
He just
he's taking
needs
a
to,
short
he
rest.
just
He
needs
just
to,
needs a minute.
Disanimated.
And for the sake of you getting into this window with a bit more ease, Graves will activate Giant's Might to grow to large, which should make him
Incredible.
about 10 feet and allow you to walk down his arm straight into the window instead.
Yeah, become about as big as your head, my entire body.
Pretty much.
Ow! Whoa!
I mean,
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah,
To
with
get
Giant's
to-
Might, there's no rolls or anything. You saunter through that window,
Yeah, and I
face
just
to face with a goblin.
he just pulls out his you just see like out of it, he's got this huge bag, right? And somehow miraculously a whole rapier comes out of it. Just stabs the guy.
Okay.
just
Give me an
with
attack
no
roll for that.
remorse. 17.
A 17 for sure hits.
All right.
Let's get some damage
nobody's-
going on there.
Yeah, and nobody else is technically in there. So since I am a swashbuckler, I get to sneak attack this guy, correct? So
That is true.
That is how swashbucklers work.
so 15 damage.
Oh my god.
That is how swashbucklers work.
That's how
Oh
it
my
goes.
god.
Well, that for sure does that goblin in. He was so surprised
Just like lets
by
a
like
Welcome
this
back.
human-
Yorick wakes back up.
Oh, I'm sorry, friends. Sometimes that happens. I
think you
don't
need
mean
to
to just black
yeah.
out like that, but they haunt me.
It happened. They fought.
Anyway, what is it my
Almost.
is it
almost.
my goal?
We're almost there.
Almost.
But Dazzle, as you just kind of saunter into the room, the goblin is still attempting to notch this arrow. He's just struggling so much, and you just like, surprise attack, and stab through where that arrow wound was in his shoulder, and just kind of, as you flick, and he like just kind of falls down, rolls down all of these stairs here. And you look up and you can see 5 other goblins there just staring at you now. But that would end your turn. As
look at the window.
you
There's a
held
bunch
your
more of
action.
them in here.
I will go back. Graves, getting big. Was that your full action?
That is just a bonus action.
That was just so we'll do your action now as well.
Yes, I am big. just I am counted as large, but I will take my dash action since I don't think I'll get through this window because I'm a bit big.
Yeah.
I will sprint ahead, and that will be my turn.
Alrighty. And Yorick, you just saw one of your friends, acquaintances, what may it be, scamper up your other friend, Graves, as Graves doubled in size and just let the little gnome through the window.
Oh, okay. Okay, crazy. So can I see the open window?
The open window
Is
would
there-
be this one right here. This one was slammed shut by the goblin, but this one is an open window. I would say you'd be just inside it there.
30 feet. Would you say it's 15 feet from me at this point?
Angle
Or how far away would it be?
I'd say it would be like between that 15 to 20 feet. I'll give you 15 feet. It's not a high window, 6.5, 7 feet. So any medium-sized human could probably like pull himself up.
All right, cool. Can I let's see. Oh shoot, that's what I need to do is get my character sheet back. I'm like, there's a tab missing. What tab's
My
missing?
computer, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What year is
It's almost there. I'm so sorry. I swear. this
Sometimes
never
this just happens when you're dead. You just
blank out, man. It's loading. Come on, internet. All right. Features and traits, manifest, echo. Unoccupied space within 15 feet. Is he occupying the space that I would?
you were hitting like
Yeah. I'll give you that there's enough space for you to occupy in the window.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm little.
Well then, I'm just gonna be like, okay, wanted to tell you guys about this, but don't be alarmed. And out, like from the ground that you're standing right next to, or who is that? Dazzle, right?
Yeah.
A hand just like pops out of the ground and pulls himself up, and he's standing tall at like 6'5". A giant gold and silver like broadsword, like a great sword in his hands, and he's just got a giant cape flowing with white and gold. He's got the huge plate mail on. Is just dashing, strong man, and he stands up and he's just like, this again, and looks around to see if he needs to attack anything or whatever. And then York is just like, sorry. And then I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. And Echo is going to take my place.
We love it. We love it. So you are now over here as an echo. York's invisible.
Yeah. And then is there any, he's too far away to actually, or those guys are all too far away. So I think I'm just going to end my turn there. That was all my movement and bonus action. Yeah.
Okay. For sure. We're going to start with this group of goblins who 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Do goblins have 25, 30 movement? Their movement is not specified. They're short. Oh, it's 30. Yeah, so you can get to there. And then
30, yeah, they're a little bigger than me.
30. This one will have to dash. But he can get up to there. So our two goblins there, they're each going to take a swing at each of you. So we're going to start with the attack against Dazzle. A 19 as he just slashes and you take 4 slashing damage as whichever garment you're wearing now just has this big rip through it, and just little bits of blood start pouring out.
My blouse.
We love it. And
Amazing.
then this next one kind of looks up at you, York, as he, like, you said you're wearing more plate, what looks to be more plate mail.
Yeah, well, it could. I mean, it would just be like maybe a half plate, or
half
just
plate, yeah.
I don't know. What is Yorick even wearing? Chain. It'll be
Chain.
some really really nice chain mail.
Okay. He kind of like starts with kind of doing a little caress against it, and he's like unsure if he can break through it with his bronze scimitar, but he goes to swing anyways. An 18.
An 18 is gonna hit, and he's just gonna be like, "How dare you try to touch me!" And then you slash him, and immediately just poof, he just dies.
The echo's gone?
Have 1 hit point.
The Echo has 1 AC.
Yep.
Or pardon me, one HP,
1 HP.
16 AC. Yeah.
I mean, from where you're at, Dazzle, only you would kind of see this as the goblin's eyes like quadruple in size as he goes, "I'm the greatest fighter in the world." As
Guys,
he looks towards
killed him
his
in 1
friend,
hit. Killed him in 1 hit. He's the greatest fighter in the world.
ending his turn, bringing us. This is so funny. The next set of goblins, which is this one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He has to dash to get over there, so doesn't get an attack. And this one's going to try barricade the doors, ending his turn. And this one, Dazzle, remind me again what your passive perception was.
13.
13. It's a little hard to see, but as these 3 goblins start surrounding you, you do see the goblin on the other side of the mill, kind of like piling up boxes trying to hide something. And then he jumps behind one of the boxes and very badly tries to hide from you, but you see his pointy ears still sticking up from behind the boxes. And as he moves the last box, you can see what appears to be human hands tied up. But that ends their turn, bringing us back to Himmy.
So, I can see like the goblins that are now surrounding the
You can
our
probably
road
see
friend.
a little bit of the third one
Okay.
down here, just at the angle you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see one.
I'm from this angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I'd
Okay.
say-
Well, in that case, I'm gonna like run over, and you said it's like 7 feet up or
Yeah.
so. So I'm gonna like run over, and she like kind of like jumps on this like rock over here and like bounds off of it and does like a tuck in midair into the window.
Just a cannon.
Would you like me to roll an acrobatics check for that?
For sure. Let's give an acrobatics as you tuck in and you catapult yourself off.
It's a 27.
For sure. Like with finesse. It's threading a needle as you just go through that window. You knock into this goblin right here who staggers back like a foot or two, but he actually I'm gonna give him a strength check here. He's able to keep his balance there as he kind of pushes
Okay, so
back.
I kind of since I bumped into him, then that'll like put me here, which means that these two will get attacks of opportunity on me as I move to there.
Okay, so
Or-
you're moving away. Yeah, they'll take those attacks. One, an 18 to hit
That hits. Jesus.
for 5 slashing, and the second one, I do not think an 8 hits, as you're
No,
just
it does
able to
not.
nimbly jump away from him.
Okay. Cool. So, at that point, she's gonna say, "Can you get away from them?" And like pulls back an arrow, and the arrowhead starts shimmering, and then I'm gonna hold my action and hope that he listens.
For sure. We'll see what happens on Dazzle's turn for that trigger.
Yep.
That'll bring us to Anya.
Seeing Himmy take another slashing damage.
I'm out of line of sight now, though.
Oh.
'cause I'm inside.
Yeah, this is
how
a
deep
big
are
wall
you?
here.
Okay, let me move first then.
Yeah, you'd have to get to like the window here to be able to see. You'd probably have to be like up here.
Okay, let's do it. Wait, why can't I move? There we go. So would this rock here be good? Or closer? Do I need to be like right there?
No, I'd give you a line of sight there if you want to move to there.
Okay, cool. Right about there. Okay. And she's it's like a Saturday stroll. It's not like it's just kind of like taking in the sights, like, oh, I love that bird, kind of just like walking in and then Himmy! And don't worry, 1/8 orgasm incoming, and she's gonna heal you again.
Well, that's gonna be a thing this game too. Amazing.
5.
Ooh.
And that'll end turn.
For sure. Yeah, so the 4 and 1 temp there. Well, there's 2/8 of a sneeze right there.
2/8 of an orgasm.
1/4.
I need
Get
6
it.
more.
I don't think it's like that. I think it's all at the same time or not. You can't be
No, it adds
Build
build
it up.
to just a
Build
random.
it up.
you can, that will bring us to Dazzle, who was just told to get out of the way, if you can.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I will do. Dazzle just goes like looks at you and it's like, I know what magic looks like, and does like a tuck and roll, to like right off the edge of this little landing we're on.
Like back out the window?
His bonus. No, in towards where the mill is.
Okay.
So I was kind of like hop off that ledge there. I'll use a bonus action to disengage, so I don't
Sure.
get stabbed by all those guys. It's just it's literally as you just get so small and does like a somersault off the edge, so that they can't. They're not surprised by his movement. And then I will. So I'll do that. It's like that. Move that. Let's see. Right thing. Jump off. It's 10, and I'll move my other 15. To over to there, and then I just like as part of his roll pull like a dagger out of his boot, and I'm gonna hook a dagger at that guy there.
Oh, that's
For
not
sure.
necessary.
Which one? The guy up here? On the stairs?
Yeah,
For sure.
that's an 11 to hit him.
Ooh, unfortunately, an 11
yeah.
misses.
Great.
My
Right.
trigger.
That would, your trigger.
Well,
Okay.
that's
So I'm gonna fire an arrow at the one in the middle. Does a 22 hit?
22 for sure hits.
Okay. So he takes 10, but then the arrow hits, and that kind of like silver shimmer that was happening explodes. She kind of like is holding the arrow, and as he ducks away, she releases and whispers a couple of words. And the silver like brightens, it hits and explodes in this big silvery blast. So he takes 10, and that whole group, everything within 10 feet, takes 11 force damage.
Oh,
There's no deck save on this? Ooh.
Nope.
Okay, all right. Well, as Himley decimates all 3 of them in like anyone who can see through the window or is in there being force damage, I see this as they just turn into fine red dust particles. There's no body, maybe 3 crude bronze scimitars still laying there, as that was more metal, but them themselves as bodies are completely disintegrated. Poof.
Oof.
So that was the trigger. We will go back to Dazzle. Was there anything else before the end of your turn?
Dazzle just like it's just like. I'm really glad I got out there. No, I'm good.
Okay.
As a free action, he cowers.
I like it. I like it. I would too. I would too. That'll bring us to Graves.
The big man moves. He will have to use the action dash to move the distance he needs to get to the door.
Okay.
That is his turn.
Well, you can move a little bit more. Do you want to like force the door open and attempt to enter the building?
If it's allowed, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I'll just take a contesting strength roll against this goblin.
You
Who
got it.
rolled an 11. Well, he
I
rolled a
get mine
12
at-
and a -1.
I get mine at advantage thanks to good old giant smite.
No.
Nice.
So
Hooray!
this goblin, anyone on the inside, he is like legs spread apart, arms up against this door, and he's like, you can hear the as he's like all his might against this. And Graves just opens the door one-handed, and the goblin slides with the door over to here, just behind it. And Graves, you can use any more movement to come in that you have left from that dash.
Oh, I mean, in that case,
You look
But then-
behind where the little bit of like the little bit of force you were feeling of it trying to be closed, and you see a goblin look up at you. What do you want?
I just look down at the guy from my 10-foot height, and I just the big old great sword's like just resting on his shoulder. He's just shaking his head at him. That's his turn.
Alrighty, that'll bring us to Yorick. You are
Um,
invisible.
yeah. I'm just kind of, well, all right. I guess I'll do my thing and move up, and I'm just gonna, I guess, come up here, and then I'll just, I'll resummon my my guy, and pop him up into the window again. And as he pops up, he's just like, Tabernacle, this is no way to treat royalty. And that's, I guess I have an action.
Yeah, because you can
Oh,
put him
and
anywhere
since-
within.
15 feet of me.
And it's just a bonus action to
Yeah.
summon. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not casting a spell, so I don't drop invisibility.
Invisibility isn't just casting a spell; it's taking any action. But this is a bonus action, right?
It's taking any offensive
creature-
action.
Oh.
Blah, blah, blah. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, you stay invisible here, as that is neither
Mhm.
trigger.
I found a weird little interaction, and I like it. All right, and I guess he'll just like look around, and everyone's dead at his feet. Well, actually, he doesn't see that. He just sees dust, I guess, and some scimitars.
Probably the stone is like impacted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Just cracked.
indentation down.
Well, then I guess that's just. I'll use my action to. I don't know. I guess I don't really have anything to do.
You got
I'll
something you
just-
can throw?
I'll just dash and maybe start climbing up to the window.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to dash him, oh yeah, do your dash there. You could like it's not that high. You could probably make it in beside your guy.
And
if
it's
you
easy
want.
enough to climb.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Boom. Then I'm right next to him. And-
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty. This
Hang on. Can I mention a thing? Because I'm not sure if you realize this. It doesn't take any action for you to move your echo 30 feet.
Is it just?
it doesn't take your movement.
No.
Oh, so yeah,
And
you
once
could,
per turn, you can move your echo 30 feet for no action.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So I can mentally command him to move 30 feet in any direction. No action required. Love that for us. But he dies if he's too far away, right? If he's more than 30 feet or something. If I end my turn and he's more than 30 feet, he goes away. Okay, so I'll now that I'm close to him, I'm just going to send him. Let's go 20 feet this direction here towards that guy. And
Sorry, I played an Echo Knight. I just happened to remember that.
love that. Thank
Good
you.
catch.
That's a really good. That's perfect. And you'll just hear, I guess, just a voice from fucking like right next to who am I directly next to right here?
Me.
You hear me? Yeah. And you're just gonna hear a voice that you'll recognize. Go, yeah, go get him, bud.
I love it. I love it. Alrighty. We're gonna start with our goblin friend who got pushed away on the door frame. He looks up towards Graves, and then he looks over towards Yorick's big echo, and then back up to Graves. Do I want to be the greatest goblin ever? No. And he's gonna take a swing at Graves. A 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh wow.
They've been rolling so well.
Kidding, hey?
Something to do with me. I don't know. So you take 3 slashing damage as he then starts running outside. So you can take a attack of opportunity
buddy.
if you.
That's a mistake, man. You shouldn't have done that.
You could have just disengaged, man. You could have just ran, but no.
Now I gotta bonk you really hard, dude. Maybe not an 11.
Oh no!
Oh! And as he runs around the corner and uses his bonus action to hide with a crit 26.
Oh, buddy!
Little bitch.
As that goblin just erases from everyone's existence. This one here, all of you would see his fucking floppy ears, because everyone has a passive perception of 11 or higher.
Yeah.
So he just kind of like, he jumps out and he's holding the scimitar, and only Dazzle would know kind of what he's threatening at, but the scimitar is kind of pointed to behind some boxes. He's like, you guys are gonna let me leave or I'm gonna kill her. And he kind of looks at all of you as he starts dashing out. Oh no, not 10, 15, 20,
Wait,
25.
did he
He's
just
left
say,
30.
you're gonna let me leave or I'm gonna kill her, and then leave the hostage?
No, she's
You're
good.
not smart.
Oh no, it's not.
He just abandons the hostage immediately after saying that. Great.
And he makes it to there, but he can't hide, bringing us
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
Hickley.
Oh, okay. I have a longbow. I'm just gonna shoot him. I don't know. I am very certain that a 26 hits.
A 26 for sure hit.
11 piercing damage.
So, as he gets out of the actual mill here, you hear this like high squealing laugh as he's thinking he's gotten away. But as that happens, you just bonk him in the back of the head, and he just falls.
Yeah,
Face
so
first.
he's like, you're gonna let me leave or I'm gonna kill her. And he like runs off, and he like takes a moment and looks at where he was, notices he's not running with any sort of hostage, and just kind of calmly pulls out an arrow, tracks him, and just fires as he's exiting the door.
Mhm.
and looks confused more than anything. That's my turn. That's free action to be confused.
Granted. That'll bring us to Anya.
Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me try and fix this because I don't know why it keeps breaking on me. Here we go. Okay, so Anya is going to run 30 feet in this direction. And then she is going to, since I'm a Spring Eladrin and I'm currently in spring form, she's going to face step about 30 feet, like in this general direction where she assumed that little goblin ran away.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to touch her throat. She's going to cast Speak with Animals. And at the top of her lungs, she's going to yell into the heavens, "Friends to me! Fine little green man, and I reward you with riches beyond knowledge and comprehension." And that'll be my turn.
Love that.
That'll be my turn.
I want you to roll me an animal handling.
Okay. Oh, I'm good at these. Okay, +6. So can I just roll like a d20 in roll 20?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
do plus. Okay, I feel like that's just the easiest to make it fair. +6. 21.
21. Alrighty. Roll me now a D100. For a second there, it's almost as if the sun like blots out as a whole schwack load, 2 dozen to be exact, crows just come
Ooh.
dive bombing down. And I'm gonna roll a couple d20s here. There is a nat 20 in there, so one of them at least will perceive this goblin. And as they come flying down, you hear them all just like incomprehensive speaking, but mine, reward, mine, as they all crap on this goblin
Oh man.
as he appears in front of you, as he kind of like steps out from cover, as he like starts like trying to like wipe himself off in complete disgust.
Man, Rangers got to take note. Like that's how you cast Hunter's Mark.
As he's attempting to now clean himself off from all of this bird poop, but he is now visible to anyone who comes out. Because I liked that. I liked that.
Incredible.
Thank you.
That feels like inspiration worthy to me.
Dazzle. But for sure, I'm bad at giving out inspiration. You can have an inspiration there.
Oh my god, thank you! I'm honored.
First inspiration of the game.
Yeah. But Dazzle, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm gonna run over to the person and untie them. Are they conscious? Is this person?
Yeah, you just
I will
Looking
bonus
down at
action
her-
dash if I need to get next to her.
you see a young human woman. She has long red hair. Her mouth is gagged. Her arms and feet are tied very crudely, if anything. Like the rope that it's made from is also a very crude looking rope. Like it's just very terribly spun together. Anyone stronger probably could just break out of them. But you do see tears streaking down her eyes a little bit. And yeah, she's kind of looking up at you and kind of holds her arms up like this.
I just like slice them with my I pick up my dagger that I threw earlier on the way up, and I just slice the ropes. Slice the ropes and ungag her, and I go, "Oh, you're safe now. Here, take this." And I just reach into his bag and pulls out a chocolate chip crunchy. He just gives it to her.
She would know what that is. She would know how good gnome food actually is. So her eyes light up as she like just kind of grabs it and like takes a bite, and she's like, "This is delicious. I still think our flour is better, but
Well, I'll have to try it myself. And she gets 2 temp hit points from eating one of my foods.
love it, love it." She's
Great,
sitting
we're
there.
actually here for flour, so perfect.
She's munching on it, and as soon as she finishes it, she starts untying her foot, her feet, her foot.
Just one.
Both of
Got
them.
one.
Both of them are
They
tied
only
up.
tied a knot around
They
one
tied
foot. They didn't actually tie them together at all.
These goblins, it could happen. It could happen. I will jump us over.
I have a
to
very important question for you.
Yes.
What color was their armor?
The goblins?
Yeah.
It was a burnt orange.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I wonder why you're asking that.
I wonder why.
Yeah, no reason. I will jump us just because you're still able to see them, Graves. You can see the one goblin that had run away from you, now covered in bird crap.
Seeing that our rescuee is now safe and sound, kind of Sunday stroll akin to the Saturday stroll that happened earlier. It kind of kicks the dead goblin out of the way a little bit. Hey man, you hit me, and now I'm gonna hit you, and I'm gonna click into my combat options and swap from slashing to crush, and I'm gonna just try and slam my greatsword down into this guy.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Rad.
I'm gonna cry if this misses.
She-
It is a 19 to hit.
A 19 for sure hit.
Gotta train that strength up.
That'll be 13 plus I get a d6 from Giant's Might. That'll be 18 damage
That's
to this man's skull.
That is over double the goblin's hit point. So you shrink him down 2 feet by just compressing his spine and his skull just straight down as he just crumbles. And then that'll bring us out of combat, as that is all of the goblins dead there. The first thing I will say is, Anya, you now have 24 birds looking expectantly at you. Mine? Reward, mine?
Yes, here I go. Okay, I go. I'm sure I have rations, like, because we've been traveling and stuff. No?
Yeah,
Should've been in
you for
your
sure have
starter stuff.
rations.
Yeah, traveler's pack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she's
100%.
gonna take it. Ready? Oh, God, she's gonna chuck it
What direction do you throw it in?
away from her. As far away.
That would be every
I-
direction.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like towards Graves, back behind you, because like
You have a big brain. That was a smart thing to say.
away from
Yeah.
me,
Opposite of the building.
opposite of the building. So as you throw it, all
Like-
24 of the birds, it's just a sweeping down. The rations don't even hit the floor before they're all collected and the birds fly off.
Thank you.
Mine? Treasure? Mine? And that's when the spell starts slowly. How long does Speak with Animals last, actually?
It's
It's probably
an
like
hour.
a minute. An
10
hour.
minutes.
Well, 10 minutes? All right. So you hear as they're flying off into the distance them being like, rewards? Good rewards. Until you can't hear them anymore. That stops everything to do with combat and everything's been kind of finalized. What would you guys like to do? You have Millie Miller munching on a chocolate cookie.
I gotta say, I appreciate an opening combat where we all get to like show off our cool stuff.
Hmm.
It's really nice. She
Yeah,
takes a
but
bite
she's
of the cookie.
crunch it down. So we actually were coming. We're in a baking emergency actually right now. So it's a good thing that we found you in time, because
That's
Need
not
you.
the reason it was a good thing. Dane, oh my God. Oh.
we're looking for the finest flour. You know, maybe flour fit for a duke, if you catch my drift.
Well, my flower is fit for a duke. It's fit for a king. It's fit for Saradomin himself.
Ha! I'll be the judge of that.
Big.
God damn it, you're still invisible.
Yeah. No. But my echo
Your echo's
is
there.
is there, yeah, and he's the king. So
She kind of gives you an up and down look. I don't know. The last time I met the king, he was a little fatter. You, though, you're good looking. You can be my king. She gives you a little wink.
I'll take a little bow instead, my dear. On your knee as I pull out my giant sword. And
Fear kind of
arise.
comes across her face as she does a quick, like, informal curtsy. As she is, yes, she's still a commoner, so it's like she's not used to the curtsying and bowing thing, so it's a little stiff. But she gives a curtsy, and it's like, flour. Yes, I can give you guys that. How much do you need?
Enough for a cake for a king, a duke.
A bowl.
Uh-huh.
I think it said a bowl on it, right?
A pot of flour.
A pot. It was
One
a pot,
pot,
not a
yes.
bowl.
You need one
Like-
pot of flour, 1 bucket of milk.
Yes. No problem. And you guys stay right here as she jumps up and just runs past everyone. She goes up the stairs, starts climbing up ladders. You can hear rustling from above as she seemingly starts like spinning wheels and slowly making her way down as she turns like grain into like finer granules. And you guys on the outside have seen that this is like at least a 5-level tall building, as she's just going down each level until finally this last wheel spins and some really, really fine white powder plops down as she starts climbing back down. I will say, Anya, did you join everyone in the room here?
Yeah, before
Yeah.
joining in, she would have turned to I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting your character's name and I don't see you in the roll 20. One that just smashed the goblin in front of me.
Graves.
Graves. Oh, I'm sorry that you are there. Okay, she's gonna turn to Graves really quickly after she tosses the thing, and she's gonna go, "That was smashing." Do you understand? You get big brain.
Yes. Oh. And he'll stroll in to join the others.
Yeah. So Himi gives Graves like a look of, at this point, companionship amongst these other individuals.
You kind of get a nod back as you get as the time passes enough. He'll continue. He gives you the nod as he goes back down to his normal size, and the sigh just comes out a few more times.
He's sighing the whole way down to
Yeah, I was gonna
building.
say he sighs
The
so
pitch
hard.
changes. It's like a gradual pitch change. Just
Yeah.
oh god.
He sighs so hard he changes size categories.
Mhm.
That's
His
hilarious.
size goes down. Yeah, so Millie, after putting the flour into the pot, hands it to you, Dazzle.
Thanks. Holding
She's
this
like
enormous
smiling
pot.
and nodding. You tell the Duke it came from here, right? I mean, the cook should only be buying from us, as she like narrows her eyes a little bit. He better only be buying from us. But this, no cost for you guys. You saved us. You saved me.
Oh, thank you.
Oh no!
Worth it.
Hey, hang on, no. How much is it? It's. Hey, I would have saved you regardless, and we were here for the flour. How much is it?
Well, this is very fine flour.
True.
Mhm.
How about she looks around? 2 silver pieces?
Do you have change on you?
3 silver pieces she holds up. These are not rich people.
No, it's fine. She's gonna kind of nod and like take the 3 silver and hand her a gold.
I haven't seen one of these in years. Which puts it in more perspective. That tavern keeper.
Yeah.
She like
2 gold for water. Wait, I was not gonna pay that.
water from the river Lum. And she lifts the gold piece into her front pocket because, of course, her dress has pockets on it because all dresses should have pockets on them. Slips it in there, pats it, and she's like, "Well, you guys have a birthday to go to. I will clean up here." As she looks towards like the dented staircase covered in red mist.
I'm very sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You guys be on your way. I'm sure you have much more you need to collect.
You guys just hear like a voice just from the center of the room. It's just like, I think we should probably give these opponents of ours, worthy adversaries, a proper burial, no?
I have no problems with that. That seems like a good thing for us to do.
And speaking of, you can get out of here now. And my Echo is just going to grab his sword and slash the ground and hop in. Disappear.
It's okay. And that's about the time like your spell ends, you reappear and everything. All right,
And I'll
so
reappear,
you guys can give them proper burials before heading on to your next task, which will either be an egg or some milk. But until then, we're gonna take a quick break, everybody.
Huzzah!
Hey, that was fun. Whoa, wait. Danny, I think you're muted on stream. Your mic is not muted. Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm
That's
so
all right.
sorry.
No,
I just wanted
it's
to let you know.
okay.
Quickly.
I'm unmuted now.
Don't
I'm
be sorry
unmuted
for
now.
exposing an awesome thing that we need to know about.
Yeah. I mean, at least it was only since break because what was it in Avernus? An hour and a half of
Oh my god, it
my
was
meeting
almost
Oh,
on
no.
one session?
episode.
God.
No, it's all good. But yeah, Anya, you're on the other side, rinsing out. What are you wearing? Like, do you have? Is it more like pants and a shirt, tunic type thing, or do you have like?
I know she's like a hippie flower child. It's like a flowy dress with like leather armor, kind of.
So actually, like, he like walks over and does a little bit of a gesture, and like a little sparkle like trails from her fingertip, and she makes like a sigil in the air, and she whispers a couple of words. I'm gonna cast prestidigitation to dry out the clothing.
Again.
Oh.
I don't. Why?
Again.
It's fixed.
Thank you.
I can't.
Again.
After the cake. After the cake.
Yes. After cake, I will.
Promise.
Yes,
Promise.
I promise.
You just need to get wet again. And then they can do it.
She jumps back into the.
Oh my god.
Anya, we're on a
Again.
time frame.
You jump in. Your character kind of does a full around swim, back up on, shakes off a little bit, soaking wet.
Again.
Cast prestidigitation again. Same. It's the exact same. Nothing has changed.
That's what again means.
Yeah.
Right.
Although there is a bit of like a dejection to this one.
Looking around, you guys see a desolate shack to the south of you with some goblins marching around it, but they don't seem to be giving anyone too much trouble other than themselves. A couple of them are like pushing each other back and forth, but nothing too major. But you hear the familiar mooing of what you're looking for, and you look to the north, and you see a giant cow's pen, and just across from that, a single-story house with what appears to be chicken coops towards the back.
Okay. Thought, since we are almost out of time for his timetable.
How do you know? I don't have a watch or anything. I was like, I can't keep.
been
I don't have a
counting.
sundial.
Yeah, my sundial doesn't work because I'm moving all the time.
I've been counting.
She's been counting this whole time.
Thank you,
Whoa.
Danny, for catching that. I'm just rolling hard into being like the sweaty gamer out of the group.
I know what game pick we're at.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting a split of the party?
I am suggesting a split of the party.
Oh, good lord.
Okay.
All right, so
I mean,
say
it's-
Himmy and Anya,
Seems easy enough.
you guys start heading towards the cow pen, and Yorick, Dazzle, and Graves start heading towards Old McDonald's
McDonald.
farm.
Oh.
Old McDonald's farm.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with Himmy and Anya as you guys kind of make it to where on the map it is this little red portion right here, which signifies a gate in RuneScape. Looking in, you see many adventurers hitting cows with bronze swords, and them falling over and them collecting something, and then another cow seemingly exiting a pen, and then continuing to hit it with a sword. And this just seems
This seems like
this
a-
process seems to just repeat itself. But
That
you do
seems like a
see-
terrible waste of time. There's got to be something better they could be doing.
every 28 cows, you see them running and leaving the fenced area and running towards this toll gate, and seemingly off to find a tanner or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. But towards the center, you do see
Something
a
exactly
young
that.
woman with a very big cow, a prized cow, you should say, and she's just kind of leaning against it, chewing on some like hay or straw or something.
The lady is.
The lady is.
The
Cow could be
cow-
chewing on
the
it.
cow is
yeah.
leaning against the yeah.
The cow's on two legs. What do you need from me?
Yeah, Himi will approach the woman. You know what? No, I definitely just clicked through everything. Hello. We need to acquire milk for a cake, and apparently you have the best.
Well, of course I have the best. I got Betsy right here. Betsy's the best cow in all of RuneScape. And she kind of like opens up this little cooler type thing. You can see some ice. They don't have electricity here, so it's like, how do they keep it cool? But they figured out a way. RuneScape magic. And there's
RuneScape magic.
there's glasses, there's glass bottles of milk in it, probably about a dozen.
Just have that handy.
I mean, yeah, we always got milk here.
All right. From that cow?
Yeah, it's from Betsy. It's the best cow in all of RuneScape.
Oh, okay. How much?
Oh, I can't sell that to you. It's for market. You're free to milk her yourself if you want, though.
Oh, do you have a bucket?
That's for market. There's a bucket, like, sitting right beside her.
It's for market.
Oh, that's not my bucket. I don't know whose bucket that is. That's my bucket. She points a little farther off.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and pick up the bucket, like keeping direct eye contact with her the whole time, and then I'll. Okay.
You walk
Anya,
back
do you
over and
wanna-
look back on the ground. There's a bucket there again.
Anya, would you like to milk the cow or should I?
I am honored you ask.
Just hand
I
her the
will
bucket.
I'm just gonna take the bucket from you, and she's going to walk up to the beautiful, massive cow and kind of like rubbing its belly. She's gonna cast Speak with Animals, and she's just as she's rubbing. Are you happy?
Gilly has this look of pure horror on her face as you're rubbing her cow's belly and speaking mooish to her. You asked if she's happy? I guess so. My milk is the best milk in all of RuneScape. What more could I want?
Do you need anything?
Do we need to fade to black here? What's going on?
Still gotta get him.
What's happening right now?
That's not my intention at all.
We're just trying to get this cow into the right headspace.
She's a druid. It's her friend. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Honestly, we're the bad ones. You carry on.
I think we've all played Baldur's Gate 3 for a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, this little guy got out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he escaped real quick, so I had to up and get him. So I'll be right back as I put him back in the bathroom. Are you getting a cat? Yes,
We're
you're
talking
getting
cats?
Yeah,
Oh,
black
black.
kittens unite.
Oh my god.
And I've got, oh my god, we've got small, you've got medium, and I've got a large black cat as well there.
All of the black cats.
Bad boys
Nice.
locked and loaded.
Unfortunately, I have to keep my
Betsy-
door closed so I don't like disturb my roommates while I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Otherwise there would be probably a cat in here too.
Yeah. I would get my big guy, but he's acclimatizing to the new guy, and I don't want to freak him out right now. I think that's pretty painful. But that is a very pretty kitty.
My goodness.
Yeah.
A very handsome
Pretty
cat.
cute.
This may become relevant depending on how the series goes.
Where's Bumper? Where's Bumper?
He's sleeping over there. We don't want
Yeah.
to disturb him.
Yeah.
Betsy though is gonna console you a little bit. She let her vulnerable side out. She likes what she does, of course, but she's always wanted to travel. She's heard of the amazing lands of Feldup Hills and how nice the herbs are over in Taverley for eating, but she doesn't think she could ever get out of here. You know, she makes the best milk in RuneScape, and she's going to have to make the best milk in RuneScape forever because that's just how things work around here. She can't leave this area. But because you've asked how nicely she is, she will offer another or four of
One or another.
and allow you to milk this cow. What have you done to the cook's assistant? Roll me a animal handling with advantage.
Okay. Plus 6. 31?
13. Yeah, 13 plus 6, you said?
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I took the total instead of that. Yeah, so plus 6.
Alright. At first, Gilly starts to be like, "You never milked a cow before, have you?" But she kind of stutters off as you expertly just milk this cow.
You just hear very, very moo 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 moo.
Oh.
Whispering sweet nothings to it.
That's good cat. Thanks.
Yeah, way more milking in tonight's episode. Than I thought.
Who knew milking would be such a theme for this game?
Yeah.
You,
When you got a theme, though, you just gotta milk it.
you get your bucket,
Mm.
the mop.
Your bucket overflowing.
Stop.
Yeah, you get your bucket, and you say your goodbyes to Millie. Not to Millie, to Gilly and to Betsy. And we're gonna fade over to the farm. I fucking can't even with this encounter.
You know, fellas, I really don't know if the right decision was to let Anya go to the cow.
I mean, but she is a cow, right? Like she's a cow shifter or something, like a cow trope.
I think that's actually not a bad idea, right? She can, she'll know the cow.
She really
what do
does
we
know
do?
some cows, I bet.
I don't know how intimately one should know a cow that they're milking.
Like,
mean,
as
it's
you
probably
guys are having
very
this
intimately,
conversation-
You
as
don't
you're
just
having
want a
this
stranger to milk a cow, right? Like that's worse.
I've
conversation,
never
goodbye.
shared a drink with the cow before I've needed to milk it. The few times I've handled that errand, I don't wine and dine my cows. They're for getting the milk.
But I guess it's nice when a druid can just talk to them and be like, "Hey man, is this okay? I mean, hey lady, is this okay?"
Hey.
So,
I should probably talk to these chickens, right? I could talk to
No,
small
can do
animals.
that, yeah.
McDonald can
Is
get
that
us
already
the
a good
egg.
idea?
Oh boy.
Whew. All right. You guys are having this conversation as you're kind of walking up past the cow pen. You guys do head over to Old McDonald's farm over here. You do hear a couple moves and look over and see Anya petting the cow, and all three of you just kind of nod. You're like, "Yep, that's what expected to happen." But as you guys head up to the gate here, again shown in red, looking in, you can see a farmer with a pitchfork kind of doing his rounds around. There's a single person already in the chicken pen who seemingly is just plucking them, trying to collect feathers. And when he's finished one, it kind of runs away and he goes chasing after it and starts plucking more feathers from it. But you can see towards the back of the pen, there is 6 beautifully laid big eggs.
What laid these eggs? Them big ass chickens?
I mean, they're decent sized chickens, nothing special about them though, from what you can tell.
Is there something larger around that we haven't?
Not what you can see.
Just really, push them out here.
Do not encourage Jurassic Park crossover with this chicken farm.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh god! There it is.
All right.
Just a chicken chilling.
Chicken
But you guys notice as the farmer comes back around, he's like, "Hey, stop that!" and then starts chasing the person who's plucking his chickens, and they start having a little roundabout chase until the guy kind of hops over the fence, gives you guys a little wink and runs away as the farmer continues going back and doing his rounds of trying to protect
Don't
his
wink at
chickens.
me. I don't know you.
Wow, it's a little flirty.
So a lot of people act like that in this area of the world.
Just Lumbridge.
It's strange that everyone that you don't run into on the road personally just kind of has a system they live by every hour of the day. I mean, it's good for their work, but it's bizarre. And that they just leave their things out for people to grab. I've never understood it, really.
So we can just take the eggs then.
Yes, let us all grab an egg to be safe.
All right, that is a good idea.
All right, sure. I mean, even if it was stealing, that's okay. It says egg.
Feeling's completely fine. All right, so
I
you
don't
guys,
know ethics.
I am but the corpse.
Yeah.
The corpse know about ethics. So you guys just head on into the pen, grab 3 eggs, and book it, or not book it.
I
But start
do-
walking out.
I do ask a chicken if it's happy here.
With or without
With any sort of magic,
Do-
speak with
do- do-
animals.
No,
or-
I can't actually speak to small animals as a forest gnome.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god! Oh, second course you.
I
forest
you know, just gotta make sure this is a big egg that came out of you. Are you happy?
No. Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas with smaller beasts. Is
Great,
the answer
great.
you get.
Great, perfect. But you should learn how to wield a sword because those guys are gonna keep taking your feathers. And then walks away like a crazy person.
And it
Says
goes
the
back
farmer,
to
you should teach these chickens
chicken
how to
around.
fight.
the farmer. Like, look, what are you doing in my chicken pen?
Oh crap! Just runs away. Shoot! Run!
All right, this gnome has gotten his attention. He's chasing Dazzle around now. So Grace and Yorick, you can get your eggs, no problem.
Come on, Yorick. We can let him pluck Dazzle. We'll be fine.
Yeah, that seems like a him problem now.
Yeah, I like you, Yorick.
Yeah, man, you've been pretty chill. A man of the soil, eh?
No, dead men's my preferred company.
Me too. And yeah, we'll fucking spoon egg our fucking way over.
We'll get our eggs and stroll on out.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Dazzle, you kind of run around a little bit. Give me a stealth roll as you like attempt to
Incredible.
evade him.
Yeah.
He is gonna have just an even roll on his perception. Just you hop into like this barrel.
Is that 25?
Yeah, you hop into this barrel as he like comes barreling past you, his pitchfork already, and then like as he leaves, you kind of like lift the barrel up a little bit and just start waddling away with it until you hit the
Yeah.
fence. It falls
Definitely
over,
just toes out.
Yeah.
and then you just kind of climb through a little.
It makes
break
the
in
little
fence.
sound effect.
I love that. The barrel top up with like 2 little eyes, the whole barrel body, and then little toes just moving.
Yeah. So you end up being a little bit behind Yorick and Graves, but through some running, you're able to catch up to them. All 3 of you have these nice-sized eggs. Again, as you're walking back, you kind of look over to the cow pen, and this is the point of time where Anya was probably milking the cow. And again, you guys kind
Is
of
that cow smoking a cigarette? He has some sweetgrass in his teeth or something. Gee.
God damn it. Okay, I'm glad Cook's assistant told done. You guys meet back at the entrance. You guys meet back at the entrance of the cow pen as that whole area fades to black. And
Not that it needs to.
the 3 of you hold up the giant eggs as Anya holds up this giant bucket of milk. Where's
Alright.
the flour?
I guess I'll carry the flour then, just so we have it. Everybody has something.
Great.
Let's
All
get
right,
back
well,
to
let's...
that castle. Yeah.
This is gonna be good milk.
We're going across the normal bridge this time.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We don't want these things to shake and bake in our hands.
we're
Sorry,
shaking
I don't know why I
bacon.
thought shake and bake was so funny.
Throw some Talladega Nights in here.
Shake and bake.
It's shake and bake time. You guys walk across the very sturdy bridge right in front of the Lumbridge Castle. Make your way through the courtyard. Again, you see a man in a red shirt muttering months and hours and minutes to every person he's passing by, seemingly crazy if anything. Entering through the castle, do you head directly to the cook?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
All right,
Drop
so
these off.
as you enter, the cook's kind of standing there looking at you. You got all of the supplies. I'm so proud of you all. I thought you would die or something, but you did good. You did good. Can I
We
have
also
it?
got you a quarter dozen eggs.
He starts holding up his fingers, trying to count that. I
Thank-
need one.
You
You
realize
can
he's not a good
Correct.
chef and he only has 3 fingers.
no, he's got all 8.
All 8.
But yeah, the cook accepts all of the ingredients and starts getting like prepped and all professional. But you see, he just lays out literally these 3 ingredients, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be so good," as he just pours the milk into the flour and cracks the egg all directly into that pot and just starts mixing it, and then just puts the pot on top of the oven and just stares at it. Okay, give it a second, guys. Give it a second. It's almost ready. And
Jeff, is this how it's done?
There's the blood of 6 souls on that cake.
the cook looks over.
That's true. Very
I-
true.
I'm not asking questions. And
Sorry, I've been
Damon-
hanging out with these grave diggers all day, and it's just really wearing off.
It's true, man. We killed for these ingredients.
He pulls out a perfectly cooked cake with like some pink icing on top and some sprinkles. Friends, thank you so much. The Duke will know that you guys saved the day. If you guys want to head into the next room, the party is there. And then like for a split second, you guys swear you see like a scroll saying quest complete and some sparks.
What the fuck was that?
XP.
Oh,
What's this
Danny, oh my
XP?
god. My background is a haunted one, and I'm haunted by like shit that I don't really fully understand. Can it be that fucking scroll, that quest complete scroll?
Don't know why it pops up.
What's that?
Does anyone
You
else
guys-
every now and again? Man.
You guys can use my range anytime you like. Anytime you have permission to use this range now. And
I feel like I know how to cook things now.
Yeah, like
I really didn't before.
300 XP worth, or
Yeah,
something like
300
that.
cooking XP.
As
That's
you
so
guys
cool.
have finished Cook's assistant, you head into the next room where the Duke is there sitting down with his little party hat.
Ooh.
There are lots and lots of people kind of around. They've been for anything waiting for this, but it's ready to cut into the cake.
How
And
big is this room?
oh, you know, about as big as we need it to be.
If,
It's slightly bigger than
Yeah.
than
if
it seems like it should fit. In the
if the Duke
castle.
is there, I have to pop out my lord again, because I don't. The Duke hasn't met me. He's only ever interacted with the Lord. So
So like,
that's
yeah, right as you walk through, you pop him out and you kind of go hide in this corner and start interacting with everyone through your echo there for as long
Yeah.
as he lasts.
yeah.
Other people there, you see an old man in some like blue robes, another gentleman wearing a crown, with a sigil that most of you would recognize as the Varrock sigil. A couple knights wearing pure white armor, sitting across from a couple knights wearing pure black armor, just kind of glaring at each other. But yeah, is there anyone you would specifically like to talk to?
Oh no. No. I'm here because I was invited here, but I do not like nobility. I'm just gonna go and sit in the corner.
Yeah.
Because we had the extras, Graves would find it probably most appropriate and maybe a good experience to maybe be better about communicating, to give Anya one of the extra large eggs that we had left over.
Is for me?
Yes.
I love it. It's beautiful. I cherish my friend. And she's gonna like cup your cheek.
Oh.
Graves genuinely has no idea how to react to that.
Blushes.
Like, from between charisma of 8 and his upbringing being digging graves, handling corpses, and building tombstones, he has next to zero experience with other people that isn't swinging a sword at them. So he's kind of just like, yeah, huh? Like, it's more confusion than it is fluster.
We'll name him Harry.
It's at this point that Graves will take the hand and put it onto the egg to remind you of the importance that Harry is to you now. We will take good care of him.
And I need. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, by all means.
Yeah. She's just gonna stare at you with like these wide doe eyes, clutching Harry to her chest, and if you attempt to walk, she will walk very quickly beside you, next to you. You take a step, she takes a step.
Sounds like we're mingling in this party together, where Graves has no idea how to talk to people.
The Duke is looking back and forth at this interaction because it looks like he had wanted to go over and say hi to Anya, as you remind him of someone from his childhood, but that was so long ago. But it's like, as this egg interaction's happening, he turns towards the beautiful form of Yorick and clasps his hands and what does he refer to you as?
He would know me as the former King Sebastian Mathieu. But I had died many years ago, like 1,000 years ago, a whole age ago. So I'm from a kingdom unknown, but Sebastian just has a royal heir to him that the Duke immediately recognizes. And he would clasp him on the arm back and just be like, the Duke, it is so nice to see you again, my friend. I remember the first time we have ever met when I saved you from those bandits, eh? It was very fortunate of me and you for me to show up. Now I'm basking in your castle. It's so nice of you, my friend.
The Duke, not remembering this interaction, but ever the politician, yes, of course, I owe you my life there. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have you had any cake? As he pulls up what seemingly seems to be a third of the cake, but not quite.
No, I'm not. Let me partake.
He hands, making sure everyone's getting some cake in them, and this is where he kind of, again, looks over towards Anya, and he walks over and is, I recognize you.
Horatio! It's me! Anya! We're Egnant! And she like puts her arm around Graves.
I'm sorry, hang on. Let me
You're
back
what?
You're what?
You what?
I'm just gonna like. Okay.
What did you say?
In the corner?
No,
I'm not gonna touch that.
Hemi is not reacting the same way that Faye is. I want to be super clear about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're egnant.
Sure.
Everyone knows Egnant.
I'm sorry. I'll
No, that's awesome.
No, come
you
here.
just literally
You're
didn't
so
understand the
funny.
word.
I don't want to like
Loving
hijack
it.
the hijinks. I'm sorry.
No, it's
More.
very good.
Give me more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spears.
We'll
I'm
get to
sorry.
your level soon.
Why? It seems the Duke wishes to speak with you, Anya. Why don't the two of you keep Harry company? I'll go visit with Dazzle.
You sure?
You can do this.
Okay.
Dazzle hands you an egg. I'm kidding.
Dazzle chance sprays an egg. It is
Oh,
going to be
egged it.
smashed on his head.
I've buried my egg.
But the Duke, ever the politician, does not let anything face him. As he greets you as an old friend, Anya, someone from his childhood. And he asked how your trip down was. You guys have your small talk there. And as the party's kind of winding down, you guys hear another like yell. And then a whole bunch of like ooh. Ooh. And then
things
Duke,
I am equipped to deal with. I rush towards that.
the Duke kind of puts his palms into his face. He's like, no, not again. He's going to ruin the party. And he jumps up and runs out.
Yeah, just immediately leaves. Does not.
Does not elaborate. Just goes.
I had your present. Oh.
What does the rest of you do?
Just look down at the gift I was gonna give the Duke. I'm like, well, put it on the table. Yeah, follow Hemi.
Reluctantly follow.
You all just follow.
So Sebastian's gonna like come up to the Duke, just be like, "Do you require any help with the situation over there?"
Sebastian, if you would be so kind, we would appreciate it. You see, there's how to put this? A ghost restlessly haunting not the church, but the graveyard next to the church. Our priest.
Sebastian's visage just kind of shimmers a little bit in an ethereal kind of white, and he's just like, "Oh, a ghost. Okay, let's do this."
Never met one of those before. If you do, or if you would like, I did hear what. No, not you. He wouldn't have heard this about you because you're just getting here. It would have been York he would have heard this about, but about the whole helping the cook. But if you go speak to Father Atric in the chapel, the priest that was here before is no longer here.
I'll pass
he
it
can
on.
fill you in. Great. Yeah, if you guys could dispose of the ghost in the most humane, ghostly way possible, the town of Lumbridge would appreciate it.
And we're off.
I'm gonna take some cake to go though.
You pick up what seems to be a third of the cake.
Part of the cake, yeah.
Every time someone
Everyone
picks
gets
up a
theirs.
piece, it's seemingly a
It's
third of the
huge.
cake. So all of you are heading out. Only Yorick/Sebastian knowing kind of exactly where you're heading, but Hemi, as you're the first one through, you
Just following
can
the
still
sounds.
hear the sounds of the ghost, and it's coming as you start passing by the chapel, which is across the street from Bob's Axes. You can see the priest kind of like he has a broom and he's hitting the wall and he's being like, "Be quiet! Be quiet, you!"
What's happening? How can I help you?
He hands you a broom.
I don't.
Be quiet.
Okay, who are you yelling at? What fiend has assaulted you?
It's not a fiend. It's a ghost. We have a haunting problem, and the regular father who would have dealt with this is no longer here, and I am in over my head. I took my oaths like 6 months ago, and no one told me that there would be a ghost here. I swear there's a vampire just hanging out in the freaking graveyard sometimes. I can't see him right now, but this ghost.
This ghost. Okay. There's a ghost in the cemetery?
Yes, I want him gone.
Okay. Do what I can to help you. Turn and look for the others.
You all would have arrived as this conversation was kind of going. Hemi, did you accept the broom that was kind of just hastily thrust into your arms?
Yes. So she's like holding a broom very awkwardly and confused. No, because she has like her bow in one hand still, right?
Okay, so it's just
Yeah.
just
It's a
awkwardly.
big arrow.
Pretty much.
Looks like one of those ogre arrows. But yeah, the father has gone back to hitting the wall, and you can hear the like ooh coming from the other side as he's like hitting back, and I don't even know what you're saying.
Apparently there's a ghost.
Oh my god.
And and this isn't the normal priest who's gone?
Well, he's out doing meditation stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't trust that answer.
He murdered him for sure, right?
He's super dead.
Do you know who this ghost is of?
No, he appeared like 6 months ago, and he has been causing me nothing but trouble since then. And I don't have that damn amulet that Father Ernie carries around, so I can't ask him to leave. And apparently brushing him aside with my broom does nothing. I try to brush my problems away like they taught me at the academy, and it's not working.
At the academy.
It does sound like a school.
Layers to that one.
Great. She like lets go of the broom, and you know that moment where like a broom will like kind of almost look like it's gonna stay up and then slowly topples over before it gains momentum. Yeah.
And there's like this deafening like clacking sound on the ground as like the ghost stops and the father stops, but then he starts again.
Hey, you said an amulet?
Yeah, the ghost speak amulet.
Oh, I'm gonna assume that does exactly what it says on the tin. Where did the father go meditate?
The swamps.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
The swamps of Lumbridge. Due south. You head through the graveyard, start heading south. If you reach the mining area, you've gone too far. You need to come back a little bit and then head to the west.
Okay. I'm gonna look at everybody else. So we can try and ask the ghost to leave if we can get the amulet. I guess.
Okay.
That
Makes sense.
like the way do we go?
I'm in my party shoes, so I don't know how walking through a swamp is gonna be, but we can do it.
I'm good with swamps. I'm much more comfortable with swamps than parties. As a matter of fact, actually, I've spent an inordinate amount of time in swamps.
Oh.
The swamp is an area you know well. All right. So, given this new quest, you guys start heading south through the graveyard, and that is where we will end our first session of RuneScape 5e.
In a graveyard. Perfect.
In a graveyard.